Hey, what's happening everyone? I'm SirJames coming at you guys with another video. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful weekend, which has already long gone by now by the time I get this video out to you guys. But I do apologize for the lack of uploads the past few days because I've been so focused on Star Wars Galaxy's Edge content that I've been putting some games off to the side or haven't put too much focus on them, and there are games that I've been wanting to catch up on personally. Plus, I thought it would be good to relax for a few days and kind of unwind to just kind of do whatever. But anyways, today I want to go ahead and share with you guys my SaberForge lightsaber that I recently got in, actually as of Monday. And this only took 9 days to get, which is pretty crazy from the time of ordering. But before we go into more detail about this, a couple of things I want to go ahead and discuss. For one, my cosplay that has been ordered for, I don't know, over a couple months now, has finally shipped out. Unfortunately, I checked the tracking prior to making this video. The tracking label is still pre-shipment, so I'm assuming we're just waiting for the person to drop it off so I have an idea when it'll arrive. I'm assuming that it's going to be coming in sometime next week is my estimated guess. So whenever that shows up, I will be doing an unboxing video, putting it all on and kind of going from there, because the seller started off good with communication, but suddenly fell flat when it came to the communication. So we'll see how things go with that one. Second is that I do plan, in terms of Galaxy's Edge content, reviewing the droid depot in general, like the whole build a droid experience, what I would think about the R2 unit, and go from there. And also, if everything goes according to plan, I also plan on reviewing the Emperor Palpatine robe. I'm trying to plan a trip on the 28th of this month, hopefully. Nothing happens to hinder that plan useless, but that will be the time that I do pick up the rope, so something you could expect a review on supposedly around that weekend, maybe that Sunday. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the SaberForge lightsaber. I do want to let you know, well, ahead of time actually, is that I did start off liking this lightsaber. And then now it's to the point where I love the hilt still. I have no issues with the hilt, but the electronics, they're failing bad on me. And yes, technically this does fall under the warranty system where I could return this and get a replacement for the electronics, or however they go about doing that. But instead of doing that kind of hassle, I'm actually going to send this in to somebody else. And the electronics inside is going to be completely overhauled. So I'm still keeping the hilt. And what I mean by overhaul is that whatever SaberForge uses for the electronics, which I have no idea because I don't know what I'm talking about, this is all still new to me, is that the replacement for the electronics in here is that I'm going to have the NeoPixel blade with the new CFX soundboard and smooth swing, which is a future. I'm assuming that's how it goes. Again, this is still all new to me, but it's basically going to be revamped with probably the greatest stuff that you can get on the market currently, or close to that, or within the top, however it's categorized. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this, and I'll kind of go over some of the issues that I've had as well. So first off, here is the hilts. This, if I remember correctly, is called the Dissident. Which basically reminds me of Koda's lightsaber from Star Wars The Force Unleashed. There are 2 buttons here on the front. And then over here is actually a recharge port, but you have this plug-in, which is basically their kill switch, which has a nice logo. And I looked online, you can get even kill switches customized from what they offer. And I think you can get your own customized as well, which I think is pretty cool to kind of have your own logo on there. It's pretty neat to make it more unique. And yeah, down below here, you could actually unscrew this because this has the hero tier in it. And you could remove the SD card, put it into your computer, and then customize the sound fonts. I just recently figured out how to access the onboard editing software. It's kind of weird. You have to, like, once this is turned on, you have to hold it upside down, hold one of the buttons here to access the onboard system, and you could actually do a on-the-fly blade color editing software. I mean, it's a bit of a long, tedious process, but it's something that you can do. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. I do want to let you know that I did end up editing one of the colors on here. I also changed the boot up sound. So instead of the default one, it's going to be, well, we're going to hear it in just a moment. And then I also ended up changing 2 of the sound profiles. And one of the things that I'm going to let you know ahead of time too is that the blade, and this is why I'm having some issues with this thing, is well, when you deactivate the blade, instead of the LEDs disappearing like it's supposed to, the LEDs remain on for another several seconds before it actually goes away. Again, out of the box it did not do that. By day 2 it was giving me all those issues. So we're going to go ahead and actually remove the blade plug that this was supplied with. And that's the blade plug in there. Basically protects the inner parts, keeps the dust out, so useful things like that. And this also did come with a blade. This blade is their like V4, whatever the proper name is here. This is actually a legit dueling blade here. Like the blades from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, those are not meant for dueling. I mean, you could light tap hit, maybe some medium, but once you start swinging hardcore, those things ain't gonna survive. This thing, on the other hand, you could like literally go full ham on this. Actually, that's starting to hurt. But this is gonna last you for quite some time now, within probably the top choices. One of the top, there's several different ones out there. I mean, the blade is great if you like dueling. For me personally, since there was no choice, I mean, I would have loved to get a mid-grade version, which would be a lot lighter, because the heavy grade has a heftiness to it, and I just don't like that feeling. So once you secure it, it's good to go, and then you can go ahead and remove the kill switch, which let me go ahead and tune this down a little bit. So once we remove the kill switch, the Saber will officially turn on, and then you're going to hear the boot's audio that I've enabled. So here we go. Kill switch is out.
Feel, don't think. Use your instincts.
So Qui-Gon Jinn in there. And the audio actually came from a site called SaberForge, which is a good recommended site that I'm going to look forward to once I get the new internals installed. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is that I'm going to basically go over the profiles first, and then we're going to go ahead and kind of do all the light show stuff. So here is, and I'll tell you which ones I added. I'll make note of it.
Essence, Episode 1.
Father's son, all two. Now that's what I call racing.
So that one I did add, basically pod racing. I don't know about you guys, but I like the pod racing scene from episode 1.
Now, Master Qui-Gon.
That's another one that I've added, and the rest are all default.
Standard issue.
Even has music. This was all pre-installed on there. Which, there was another one, but for some reason that one's not working too. Again, I've been having issues with electronics since day 2. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and go to standard issue. That's like the basic blue font. I don't know why I did that. Alright, so standard issue is basically going to be the sound font that you would have gotten with the blue type blade saber. Now I will say that the LEDs on here by default is much brighter compared to the ones from Galaxy's Edge, which is kind of weird because the ones from Galaxy's Edge actually has an LED strip that runs through the blade. And there's a NeoPixel option out there for these custom sabers that have the same type of effect where you got LED strips, but I guess the best way to describe it is the one from Disney is like the cheap versions, while the ones with custom sabers are like the legit, like brightest type of sabers you can potentially get on the market. So one of the issues that I've had is when I deactivate this, which by the way, there's 2 lights on here. When you press this one, you get sound effects. And you can kind of edit that different ways, and I've seen people edit it where their lightsaber makes cat sounds. Weird, but you can do that. And you can even add your own personal on there, like you can go to Audacity, record random sound effects, and have that as a feature if you wanted to. There's another one here where if you press this one, like not all the way, I think it's this one. There you go. You get that little staticky. I didn't mean to change the blade color, but I guess while we're at it, let's go ahead and change the colors here. So in order to change the colors, you rotate this on its axis, or however it goes. So right now it's green. I'm actually going to hold this close to my face because my camera is picking this up to be completely different. So hopefully you could see what light it is by the reflection off my face here. So you just... So we got a pink one. This is one that I enabled because you can have a pink Saber if you wanted to. This one is like a whitish blue, maybe like frosty color. This one's a light purple. This one is a red. This one is a yellow. Orange. And then we have white. And then we're back to blue. So this is one of the issues that I'm having. So we're gonna deactivate. It's still lit up, so we're gonna just wait. See what I mean? So now it goes away. So now we can actually change something else. So again, just one of a few frustrations that I've had with this thing already. And some of you might be wondering, why did I pick SaberForge? I spent 4 weeks looking up information. The community as a whole is not as helpful because I get a portion of the community saying go with SaberForge. I get another portion of the community saying go for Ultra Sabers. Another portion of the community saying go for Vader's Fault. This company, that company, this company, that company. It's so frustrating and you just can't get a straight up answer. So that's why I went with it. I thought it would be a good starter option and it was also affordable. But again, I'm having issues already. So we're going to go ahead and...
Now that's what I call...
We're going to go ahead and go to one of the custom fonts I have on here. I think that's pretty dope. Just to have the pod racing sound effects as the blade hum. So if you press this, you get different effects. I thought that was pretty neat. So deactivate. Again, there's that issue. And I looked online to see if I could figure that out, but nothing. There we go, so now we can change it again. The one with Qui-Gon is kind of like your standard font.
No, Master Qui-Gon.
There we go, let's enable green for that one. The motion isn't that great. So, I mean, there's a setting on the software, I will admit this, where you can tweak the motion cap. So if I knew how to do that correctly, then I could probably get the motion to sound really good. It won't be as excellent as on the new boards with the smooth swing, but you can get it as close. So let's go ahead and deactivate this. As we patiently wait. Still waiting. This is the longest I think we've waited so far. Any data? See what I mean? We're probably just gonna reboot this, I guess. It kind of froze. So another issue that I've had is that sometimes it'll freeze depending on the sound font. I've even tried to go back to the default, like what it originally.
Don't think. Use your instincts.
Thank you, Qui-Gon. I think I kept saying thinking a lot, but anyways, again, it's just the Saber has been giving me issues. Day one out of the box, it was perfectly fine. And then day two, before I even did anything involving the editing software, it was already having issues. So I feel like the electronics in here are a rush job, but I will be getting this completely updated. So whenever this is fully updated and completed, which will probably be sometime next month, I will do an update part 2 to this video. But this is just how I got it, the issues that I'm dealing with. I know there's a lot of people in the SaberForge community that probably doesn't have this issue or might have had a similar issue, which if you have, let me know down below. But it's kind of hard to recommend SaberForge. at least at this point in time. I mean, again, I could just send this back with their warranty system, but since I'm going to be getting the internals changed, I figured why bother. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and once this is fully updated and proper, then we'll give you a much more proper in-depth look at it. But until then, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next video.